also they want to dedicate some of them unto the Lord again, or rededicate some of them to the Lord again. We thank God for what God is doing. I've just heard from our general overseer in Nigeria coming in now that our next convention is 2020, and the 2022, and also we have been given the guidelines for the year 2020 in the church. We believe that God is leading us in this church, and God will also guide us to the end in Jesus' name. Jeremiah chapter 29. Jeremiah chapter 29 from verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Let's say together, everybody. For I know the thoughts towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil. Which we call the traditions. You will grab what the scripture is saying in this place. Prophet Jeremiah has been talking to the prince, the king, and the different people who are knowledgeable in then Israel and in then Judah, and he was saying that you have brought reproach unto the altar. You have brought reproach to the things of God. God is no more respected because of your actions and behavior. And he told them, he said, repent, so that God would in turn change his mind concerning you. But they do not. For a long time, if you read from verse 1, I'm talking from verse 1 to verse, I think 10 or 9. They do not do anything that is right. They bend in doing what they have to do. So this book is what we call before the exile to the Babylon. So Judah thought God was with him, and Ephraim thought God was with him. He doesn't know that God has left. Why did he think God was with him? Because they have some people we call the false prophets who were speaking to Judah that God can never leave you. God is always with you. Emmanuel, God with you. But he doesn't know. They didn't tell the people that God is not the one that is speaking. If you read that place, it tells us that they were speaking from their own brain. They were speaking from their own mind. They were trying to please the king. Meanwhile, God is about to determine evil upon that same country called Judah and Ephraim. So, Jeremiah said, he precisely gave them that you are going to spend 7 Sabbaths in exile. And they were laughing him. You know, sometimes when words come from the pulpit, we laugh. We want to jest it. We want to say, how can it be possible? Like the word of Noah said, rain will fall, because rain has never fallen in those days. It was only dew that used to come. So they were saying, how can rain? Well, is there any water in heaven or in the firmament? How can rain fall? But they didn't know that God is the one that makes everything. He can also make a rain to fall. And so, at this time, Jeremiah he saw that these people are not serious. And he said, seven Sabbaths, no, 10 Sabbaths you will spend in exile, or 7 Sabbaths you will spend on exile, which is 70 years. 70 years. So he said, then God will bring you back unto himself. So at that particular time, Nebuchadnezzar has finished the deal with Egypt. Egypt was they were paying their taxes to the Egyptians. So these are up to move beyond his territory, to capture Judah, because in those days it was only Judah that Nebuchadnezzar had not captured, though it was very small. Though the size of the area they are taking is very small, but God was the one that was shielding. Sometimes we don't know that God is the one that is shielding us. We thought it's by power, not by might, or by the it's by the Spirit of God. So Jeremiah now said that after he took you out for 70 years, he will now bring you back, because God is not a wicked God. He's doing that for his children to learn and to return back to him. Say return back. Say return back. So he's telling them that they will have to return back to him when they have seen problem. Now look up at me. He told them that the king that was not able, that was taking the children of Israel to a wrong way, Judah to a wrong way, that they will roast his king. If you read that place, they roast his king. The king Nebuchadnezzar roasts two people's king, roast them alive. The reason is because they knew the truth. They could not say the truth. Hallelujah. He roasts the king alive. He roasts also the minister of God in charge, the high priest, who could not say the truth to the people that repent. He roasts him alive for their judgment. Now, where are we going? God is not a wicked God. So he now came back. Jeremiah said, as God is taking you through this thing, after 70 years, he's going to bring you back. That is where this comes out. Sometimes when we quote the scriptures, we don't know how did it come out. God, he said, though God is going to punish you, he's going to allow, he's going to give way for punishment. But at the end of the age, at the end of the 70 years, God is going to bring you back to your land. Because for I know the thought I think towards you, the thought of what? And not of what? Evil. To give you what? An expected. What I mean is not to punish you. What I mean is to help you. What I mean is to bring you back, because if I don't do some things, in the black race, most of the things we like is forcefulness. Forcefulness. We used to have, when there is no force that is exact on us, we don't change. And so this happened to this kind of people. God has to use force to force evil out of them and to bring them back to himself. And at the time 70 years come, and God did not bring them out. That is why Daniel has to go and pray for 21 days. That God, your promise is that, but after 70 years, I was young. Now I am old. So after 70 years, you said you are going to bring us out. Where is the promise? And still, somebody was blocking the communication between God and Daniel. And God has to say that my word must stand. My counsel must stand. Where I'm standing on this morning or this afternoon is this: the counsel of God over you will stand. God is bringing you back to his knowledge. God is making things to work for you now. Look up at me. God knows the end from the beginning. Look up at me. I told us last week that as we have some children that are going into this, the university, now we don't see them as ordinary children again. Our thought has changed. Some of us, we see them as lawyer, like that's my baby lawyer. Hallelujah. Are you my baby lawyer? Amen. Amen. Now we have many of them studying law now. Amen. So what the mother will be looking at is that I'm having a lawyer. That is, I'm thinking of the end from the beginning. Now, they have not graduated. And that's the way God sees us. Look up, the reason why God doesn't panic is because he does things from the end to the beginning. You know, we call something in what's it called? It's computer science, in programming, reverse technology. Reverse technology is what China used to use. When people use their brain to do some things, they will now take that thing and reverse the technology to know the way those things are done from the beginning. So it's easier for them to do. Than somebody who uses his brain to think, when something wobble and he goes back and think, how do I do it again? And he goes back again and do. So when we have a warplane and the warplane landed in their place, in their territory, what they do is to take charge of that thing and make a reverse technology for them to be able to replicate that thing. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So what we are in the plan of God. God has made us. He has finished us. You are wonderfully and perfectly made. Is anybody hearing me? You are wonderfully. Every career has been finished before God. Everything that you have to be has finished before God. But it is you that has to work in the manual. Say the manual. Say the manual. Say the manual. The manual in Latin means handbook. See, the manual, when any manufacturer finishes his products, they leave us with one thing. After collecting our money, they leave us with what? The manual. The manual will be great. It may be small. It may be in software, it may be in hardware. But it will be small. That manual consists of all the things that you need to know before you can put that gadget to work. But many a times, it's not the black alone, everybody. We buy television and we don't study the manual. Is that right? Okay, who is here that have studied the whole manual of his television? So you cannot operate that television to the fullness. You can't operate that thing to the fullness. There are some things that are shady that you don't understand. So when God creates you, he gives you a manual. And that's why he told Joshua, this book of law shall not depart from you. You shall have it day and what? And night. So that you will be able to be ordered your day. God gives law and he gives manual not to kill us, but to shape our life. To make us to walk to the expected end. Ooh. Wow. He has made the expected end. Did you see that place? Is anybody hearing me now? He has made the expected way. Thank you very much. This book of law shall not depart from you. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Out of your mouth. But what? Thou shalt do what? Look up at me. Look up at me. The prayer we pray in the morning for 60 days, 70 days, anyhow. Those prayers, you are decreeing what should happen in your life. The book of law shall not depart from what? From what? From what? What you have to be, you have to say. What you have to be, you have to say. There are witches, there are wizards, there are people that doesn't want you, but forget about them. You have a destination. You have a destiny that you must carry out. That book, you must finish the book before you get to the end. Look up at me. Some people will get out of this world without reading the manual. They just come for fun. They just come for nothing into this world because they don't have what will lead them. Look up at me. There are presidents who stumble to presidential position that they don't know where they are going. Ask them, who are you? 5 questions that no man, anybody who answer it, will have a good life. The first question is, who are you? Who am I? The second question, what is my purpose? Because if you know your purpose, you will not deviate. You will not deviate. If you know your purpose, you will not engage in fraudulence. If you know your purpose, you will not engage in backbiting because you have a purpose. Because those things are destroying you. They are making you. I'm going to the bus station. I have to catch a bus by 5 o'clock, and I'm around 3 minutes to 5. And somebody stopped me and said, do you know, Mama, this thing, Brother Tayo is doing something. What do you say? I'm running. I have a purpose. The reason why I leave my house is to do what? To board the bus. Because you have a purpose. A purposeless people, they function in the plan of others. Miles Monroe said, from the age of 17, and that's why I know you are not too young. From the age of 17, when somebody told me my brain is retarded, and I look at it, because my father was a pastor, and we were down, and we were begging for money. There was no money. Something told me that I'm going to teach the president. But the end has been written. I have to walk in the purpose. That's why I don't fornicate. That's why I don't steal. That's why when the music industry starts for blacks, I don't go to music industry because I know my purpose. You have a purpose. You have a purpose. If you are in this church and you don't understand your purpose, begin to pray. God, let me know my purpose. In fact, if your purpose is not to be here, please pack your bag. We are leading purposeful people. We are leading people who are going to be successful. I know the thoughts. Think towards you. That's why we are praying. That's why we are praying for the thoughts to come to pass. Look up at me. The Bible says, Apostle Paul said, he told Timothy as a young pastor, there was no pastor that could pastor that church. There was nobody, there is no elderly person that will go. They will send to that church at Ephesus to pastor that church. Only Timothy, a young man. And they said, Timothy, stand up. We have to send you. In fact, everybody that God's used in the script, they are between the age of 15 and 30. God doesn't use grammar. Just kidding. We have God use grammars. But mostly, people that God uses, Joseph, between that age, David, between that age. Because you see, this youth, they don't have responsibility. They don't think about tomorrow. They don't think about if my enemy goes now, what is going to happen? That's why the government is using them. They will become a military man. They will take them to the war. They can't, like me now. Who is going to say I should go out to they know they are failed already. Hallelujah. They need the youth. Because when the commander said, go, they will hear go. But if you tell me to go, I'll say, you too. We have family now. They don't care what is happening. So God preferred to use. Moses was like them. People like that. Talk about anybody that God used. They are from the youthful age. Daniel was also from the youth. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What I'm saying is this: your purpose, the purpose of God in your life must be fulfilled. Smile to somebody beside you and tell them, eyeball to eyeball, say, I command. Say again, I command the purpose of God for your life. Say it again. Say it again. If that person is not laughing or she's not smiling to you, just change yourself. There is no boundage in this place. Say it again. I command the words must be what? There is a reason why God keep you for Brother Tayo. There is a reason why God keep Brother Tayo for Jumi. There are lots of boys. There are lots of girls that have passed through the stream. But God keep him. And God keep her. Look up at me. For after all that you have gone through, Apostle Paul said, after all that you have seen, God is coming out for you. For if you are in his will, look up at me. When your father, your parents, this thing, they have told you, they have known that you are going to do this, you are going to do that, and you now go to university and be playing. You join evil gang, you join different things will come, and you join them. What is happening? God has a destination for you, but you yourself, you have thwarted it. Diversion. He has a good plan for you. And look up at me. That's why when you see somebody repenting, somebody have lived a wayward life and repent and come to his senses, even from the jail, you will see that what he has lost, is for us, is me and you. Somebody may not be able to receive freedom. There are people who receive deliverance today, but they are not free. He's not talking to somebody. We love deliverance in this church. There are some people, when you pray for them, they are delivered. About 1 year ago, they are delivered. 7 years ago, they are delivered. What happened? They have been delivered. God is not a liar, but they are